Good afternoon and welcome to the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. It is Thursday, December 7th at 2 p.m. and we are here for our regularly scheduled business meeting. Let's take a roll call of commissioners. Attending virtually, we have Commissioner Irvin. Present in the hearing room, we have Commissioner Justin Williams, Vice Chair Powers, Commissioner Thomas, Commissioner Carolee Williams, Commissioner Caston, and Chair Belser. Before we begin with our agenda, I invite you to join me for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Scarborough.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Good afternoon, Vice Chair Powers and Commissioners. First item of business is to set the next regularly scheduled business meeting. Staff recommends that the next commission business meeting be scheduled for next Thursday, December 14th, 2023 at 2:00 p.m.
Thank you. We'll schedule our next regularly scheduled business meeting for Thursday, December 14th at 2 p.m.
Today we have 7 items on the utilities agenda and 4 items on the transportation agenda. Item number 1 appears in docket number 2000-29C. This is a request for approval of the 4th Amendment to the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Duke Net Communications LLC.
Commissioners, we've heard utilities agenda item 1 identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Chair Belser.
Commissioner Carolee Williams is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the Commission grant the request for an approval of the 4th Amendment to the interconnection agreement between Bell South Telecommunications LLC, doing business as AT&T South Carolina, and Duke Net Communications LLC.
Thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Carolee Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 2 is in docket number 2023-331E. This is a joint petition from Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative Incorporated and Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated for a reassignment of territory in Lexington County and for approval of agreements to limit corridor rights.
Commissioners, we've heard utilities agenda item 2 is identified by Mr. Scarborough. Do I hear a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Thomas is recognized.
Thank you. I move the Commission approve the joint petition of Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative Incorporated and Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated for the reassignment of territory in Lexington County and the agreements between the parties to limit corridor rights. Pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated section 58-27-650A, the parties have met the notice requirements. No hearing is requested in this matter, and the adequacy and dependability of the service of the affected electric suppliers is not at issue. I further move that the Commission require Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative Incorporated and Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated to file amended territorial assignment maps for Lexington County to reflect the modifications requested in the joint petition no later than 30 days from the date of the Commission's order. A full order addressing the joint petition will be issued. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
I vote aye as well, and the motion carries.
Item number 3 is in docket number 2019-108G, which involves acceptance for filing of the 35th Amendment to the United States Department of Defense contract for Fort Jackson, filed on behalf of Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated.
With regard to utilities agenda item 3, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Irvin is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the Commission accept for filing the 35th Amendment to the United States Department of Defense contract, Fort Jackson, filed on behalf of Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 4 appears in docket number 2023-358E. This is a request from Glennard Ford to withdraw his complaint against Duke Energy Progress, LLC.
With regard to Utilities Agenda Item 4, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Vice Chair Powers?
Thank you. I move the commission accept the request of the complainant, Glenn Ford, to withdraw his complaint. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams?
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 5 is in docket number 2023-213E. This is a request from Duke Energy Progress, LLC for clarification of Commission Order number 2023-874.
With regard to Utilities Agenda Item 5, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas?
thank you. I move that the commission clarify that on November the 9th, 2023, in Directive Order number 2023-874, the commission approved and accepted the position of ORS in regard to its corrected report. In its corrected report, ORS calculated a total expense adjustment to remove $196,597 on a system-level basis, comprised of 4 separate expense adjustments, and these expense adjustments are accepted and approved by the commission. Specifically, in its corrected report, ORS recommended 1, an adjustment of $192,776 to remove 50% of employee incentive compensation attributed to earnings per share. 2, an adjustment of $569 to remove a vendor overpayment. 3, an adjustment of $568 to remove expenses related to employee customer outings. And 4, an adjustment of $2,684 to remove certain legal expenses incurred by the company to litigate the recoverability of solar as energy efficiency in docket number 2022-255E. The commission accepted, adopted, and approved these disallowances or expense adjustments recommended by ORS regarding the demand-side management and energy efficiency rider for 2024, Rider 15 of Duke Energy Progress, LLC, or Duke. I note that Duke Energy Progress agreed to the $569 adjustment to remove a vendor overpayment prior to ORS filing its corrected report with the commission. Therefore, at issue are the remaining 3 expense adjustments outlined by ORS in its corrected report for removal in Duke's calculations, to which Duke disagrees with ORS. The commission considered the comments and responsive reply by Duke Energy Progress to the recommended adjustments. However, the commission adopts the recommendations of ORS. In clarification of Directive Order number 2023-874, I move that the commission find the following 3 adjustments as recommended by ORS for removal from the calculations in this application by Duke Energy Progress, LLC, are adopted and approved by the commission, along with the rationale set forth in the corrected report by ORS, meaning that these expenses totaling $196,597 cannot be recovered or collected by Duke. One, an adjustment of $192,776 to remove 50% of employee incentive compensation attributed to earnings per share. Two, an adjustment of $568 to remove expenses related to employee customer outings at Top Golf and Puttery. And three, an adjustment of $2,684 to remove certain legal expenses incurred by the company to litigate the recoverability of solar as energy efficiency in docket number 2022-255E. So move.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 appears in dockets numbered 2022-239E and 2022-240E. This is a motion from the Office of Regulatory Staff for leave to withdraw Nicole M. Gibbon, Esquire, as counsel of record in these dockets.
With regard to agenda item 6, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Irvin is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the motion to withdraw Nicole M. Given, Esquire, as counsel of record for Office of Regulatory Staff for dockets 2022-239E and 2022-240E. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 is in docket number 2023-5G, which is a request from Dominion Energy, South Carolina, that the commission amend its directive dated November 30th, 2023.
Commissioners, with regard to utilities, agenda item 7, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston is recognized.
following the vote of the Commission on November 30th, 2023, an inadvertent technical error was discovered in the Commission motion and directive in matter of paragraph number 2. The 50-50 allocation of peak design day and annual forecast sales is no longer employed by the company as a result of order number 2023-737, issued on October 2nd, 2023. Finding number 2 of the previous directive issued on November 30th, 2023 should be amended accordingly. Therefore, I move that the Commission amend and correct finding order number 2 in the Commission directive dated November 30th, 2023 as follows. 2. The demand charges included in the total cost of gas factors should continue to be calculated as set forth in Commission order number 2023-737, issued in docket number 2023-70-G, by distributing such cost among the rate schedules based upon the forecast peak design day demand. Findings 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of the previous directive shall remain the same, and a full order shall be prepared consistent with this motion. I would note that Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated identified this error, and there is no objection by the Office of Regulatory Staff to this amendment. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Irvin?
I will not be voting on this particular item, utilities number 7, since I was on annual leave during the last portion of the hearing. I will not be voting. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll begin with the roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams,
I vote aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission today. Moving on to the motor carrier agenda, in Part A, we have one request for a new Class C certificate. Item A1 appears in docket number 2023-382T, which is the application of Palmetto Rural Fire Department for a Class C stretcher van certificate.
With regard to transportation agenda item A1, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Madam Chair, I move that the commission approve the application of Palmetto Rural Fire Department for a Class C stretcher van certificate. This Class C stretcher van certificate granted to Palmetto Rural Fire Department the authority to provide motor carrier services as follows between points and places in the state of South Carolina. I further move that the commission find that Palmetto Rural Fire Department is fit, willing, and able to provide this service to the public as requested. Finally, I move that the commission find a certificate shall be issued by the Office of Regulatory Staff to Palmetto Rural Fire Department upon compliance with South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-23-10 as amended, and the applicable regulations for motor carriers, South Carolina Code Annotated Regulations Volume 10 as amended, and the requirements listed in Exhibit A, which will be attached to this directive. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed with a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Justin Williams.
I vote aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin, excuse me, Commissioner
Aye.
Thomas,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion carries.
In Part B of the transportation agenda, we have one request to amend a certificate. Item B1 appears in dockets numbered 2003-187T and 2005-225T. This is a request from McCorkadale Transfer Incorporated to amend Class E Household Goods Certificate number 9740-A to read McCorkadale Transfer LLC.
With regard to transportation agenda item B1, is there a motion?
Chair Belzer, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of McCorkadale Transfer, Inc. to amend their Class E Household Goods Certificate number 9740-A to read McCorkadale Transfer LLC.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Carol Lee Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
In Part C of the transportation agenda, there are two requests for extensions of time. Item C1 is in docket number 2023-276T, which is a request from Nessa's Care Carriage LLC for a 6-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to transportation agenda item C1, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Irvin,
thank you. I move that the commission grant the request of Nessus Care Carriage LLC for a 6-month extension of time until June 7, 2024, to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Irvin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams,
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item C2 appears in docket number, 2023-306T. This is a request from Elite Moving and Installation LLC for a 3-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to motor carrier or transportation agenda item C2, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Vice Chair Powers is recognized.
Thank you. I move the commission grant the request of Elite Moving and Installation LLC for a 3-month extension of time until March 7th, 2024 to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair and Commissioners, this concludes all business noticed before the commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. As that concludes the business on the agenda, we will adjourn this hearing. Our next regularly scheduled business meeting will be next Thursday, December 14th at 2 p.m. Wish everyone a good afternoon. Thank you. We are adjourned.